We will continue with math and graphs that show us data. Last time we studied about picture graph, which had picture to show us the number and title, of course. Today we're going to learn about bar graph. Bar graph. So, what is it? Who knows? Let's see. Let's watch the video together.
And thanks for joining me today, guys. We are going to learn about bar graphs. If you look right here, you can see that we have some fruit. I wanted to know what types of fruit my friends like, so I went out and asked my friends what fruit they like the most. Here you can see that I have tally marks to show how many of my friends liked which fruit most. You might know already, but a tally mark is a useful way to represent data. Each time a friend told me they liked a certain fruit, I would put a tally mark under that fruit to keep track of how many people liked that fruit.
Now we will put all this information that I have gathered into a bar graph. A bar graph is another way to represent data. It is a lot like a picture graph, but without the pictures or symbols. Here's our graph, but the first thing we need to do with any graph is what? We need a title. Since the information we collected was on favorite fruits, let's call it favorite fruit.
So, it's going to be about each children's favorite fruit. This is the title of the graph.
With this graph, I want to put the names of the fruit on the bottom and the numbers on the left side going up. We can see here on the bottom we have the names of the fruits. We should label what these are. This is obviously going to be labeled fruit, since they're fruit. On the side, we need to measure how many people liked these different types of fruit. We only need to go up to 6, since our information or tally marks only go up to 6. So the numbers going from 1 to 6 represent the amount of people. We can now fill out the graph according to our data. First in our data are the apples. We can see from the tally marks that 2 of my friends liked apples. So here on the graph, we will have this bar at the bottom go up 2 spots to show that 2 people liked apples. Okay, next we have oranges. How many people liked oranges? Good job! 3 people liked oranges. So we move the bar up to where the 3 is. Now how many people liked pears? We had just 1 that liked pears, so the bar goes up just 1. The last one is bananas. There were 6 people that liked bananas, so the bar goes all the way up to 6. We now have an amazing bar graph that shows all of our data that I collected about what is the favorite fruit to eat. With this graph, it is easier to read and interpret the information. For example, I can see that only 1 person liked pears. Now that's interesting. Can you tell me what fruit was the most popular? We can tell from the graph that bananas were the most popular. Can you guys tell me how many more people liked bananas than oranges? Looking at the graph, we see that 6 people liked bananas and 3 people liked oranges. Counting up the graph from 3 oranges, we count 1, 2, 3 spots. There are 3 more people that liked bananas instead of oranges. We can learn lots of cool information from this graph. Practice doing your own bar graphs and compare the information you collect. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Please share the video and subscribe.
Okay, so let's see here. As you notice that the the bar graph has a title. So what is the title of this? Who can tell me? What is the title of this graph? What is the title of this graph? Yes,
This
Eden.
is yeah.
Mhm. What is the title of this graph?
Wait. Favorite
Mm-hmm.
fruit. Favorite fruit.
Okay, wait. Yes, favorite fruit. So, and we call this type of graph bar graph. Bar graph. You can see here numbers. In one side, it has numbers, and in the other side, it has lines that show us every fruit or everything we're asking about is written here. So like you see apples, oranges, pears, bananas, and here you find the numbers. So when you go to the red, that means 2, 3, and this is how we can understand a bar graph. Okay, let's see how can we count and answer questions about bar graphs.
Hello and welcome to another edition of What's Your Problem? Now, we have Park Ranger Joey on the line. Let's see if we can get him. Park Ranger Joey, do you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello, Professor Burger. Today is Greg the Gorilla's birthday. We told him he could spend the whole day wherever he wanted. He's so great, he's let all the animals vote on it.
Well, that's great. So, what's your problem?
Well, the thing is that we've gotten lots of votes on all different kinds of places, and it's getting a little confusing.
Ah, I think that in fact a bar graph might be just the thing you need. Why don't you come back to the studio and let's take a look at a question together.
Okay, be right there. I mean here.
I love it when you're with me in the studio.
Me too.
Okay, here's a challenge that I think will help. So, Greg chose a place that has more votes than the aquarium and the museum together.
Ooh.
The question is, which place did Greg choose? Now, when we look at the information, we see an example of a bar graph.
That is.
So a bar graph is we see a graph where we have all these bars that actually indicate how many of various things. In this case, we look here for the scale, and we see the scale represents number of children. And so, for example, when I see the aquarium, I see that the bar goes to this value, which if I go down, is 4. That means 4 students thought the aquarium was their favorite place.
Oh.
And the zoo, you could see, that bar goes all the way
There's
to
a lot.
8. So when we look at the scale of 8, we see that a number of children that prefer the zoo, in fact, is 8. Okay?
Right.
So we want to find a place that has more votes than the aquarium and the museum combined. And when I hear "and," Joey, my mind thinks addition.
That's right.
So
My mind thinks that too.
Perfect. So what we want to do is we want to take the aquarium and the museum and see how many students, how many children pick the aquarium, how many pick the museum, and then add them up. So let's see. The aquarium is up here. So we already saw that was 4.
4.
So I'm going to write 4 here. So here's 4 plus, and then how many students pick the museum? Well, if I look here, it's green, and I go down, I see 3.
Looks like 3 to me.
Exactly, so 3. And now if I add up those numbers, I see 4 plus 3 is 7. So we see that 7 students preferred the aquarium and the museum together when you add up all those students.
Got it.
Now we're looking for a place which actually is more popular than 7. Now if we look at this, let's look at the beach. Well, the beach, that actually only had 6 people
Yeah,
that
that
liked
only
it.
has 6.
But the zoo had 8. So we see that the zoo actually got 8 votes. And so since the zoo got 8 votes, what we see is zoo got 8 votes. And so it means that the zoo must have been the place that Greg chose because 8 votes is actually greater than the 7 votes. And so what did Greg choose? He chose the zoo. And that's the answer. And that's how we read a bar graph and look at the scale real carefully.
Oh, thanks so much, Professor. I think all the animals will be really happy with that.
Really? But that means that they're going to be going to the zoo. That doesn't make sense.
Well, they love the zoo because it's the best place to go human watching.
Have fun with math. We'll see you soon. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, not to mention the snacks.
Okay. For more practice, let's watch another video with more questions about bar graphs. How is a bar graph used to show data? How can you show the data or data through a bar graph?
Well, hi, how are you? It's a beautiful day in the woodland. A really fun party just ended a few minutes ago. Oh, look, the kids left something behind. Click the picnic table to see what's going on. There were a whole bunch of balloons at the party. Some of them are tied to the picnic table now. They had balloons in 4 different colors. Let's see, I see yellow balloons, and blue balloons, and pink balloons too, and purple balloons. I wonder which color balloons there are the most of. Is there a way we could show this data so it's easy to talk about and compare?
Before we use a way to show the data, who can tell me which color has many balloons in it? Which color? Is it yellow, blue, pink, or purple? Who can tell me? Look at the balloons. Yes, we are.
Blue. Purple.
Purple. How many?
Let me see. 1,
How many balloons are in purple?
6. 1, 2, 3.
Count them again.
7.
7. Thank you, Okay. So let's continue.
Come on, let's go find out.
Morgan made a picture graph to show the number of red trucks she and her friends saw last week. How many red trucks did the 4 children see? Let's use Morgan's picture graph to solve the problem. The title of the picture graph is Red Trucks Seen Last Week. Each red square in the graph stands for 1 red truck. To find out how many trucks a child saw, count the red squares in the row next to the child's name. Let's start with Morgan. How many red trucks did Morgan see?
Time. How many red trucks did Morgan see?
Then the trucks.
Each red square stands for 1 red truck. So, how many red trucks did Morgan see? Here, as you see them in the picture graph. Here, Morgan, the first one, time.
8.
Here, the first one. 2.
2.
Thank you.
1, 2. 2 red trucks. How many red trucks did John see?
Who can tell me about John? How many red trucks did John see? Bilal.
Yeah, I can. June sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let's check.
John saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red trucks. How many red trucks did Cindy see?
How many red trucks did Cindy see, Bara'a?
7.
Okay, let's check.
Cindy saw 7 red trucks. How many red trucks did Carlos see?
Very good. Right answer. Carlos, who can tell us about Carlos? Awab?
4.
4. Let's see.
4 red trucks. You can add the numbers of trucks Morgan and her friends saw to find how many red trucks they saw last week.
Who can do this?
2 plus 5 plus 7 plus 4 is equal to 18. The children saw 18 red trucks last week.
18. Okay, they did it. Let's continue.
A bar graph uses rectangle-shaped bars to show data. The title tells what the bar graph is about. This bar graph is about children playing games.
You see?
The label game says that the graph has
You see here? The bar graph shows you the title of it. So this bar graph is about the children playing games. Okay. In one side, you will have the name of games, the name of things they ask the children about. In the other side, you will have numbers. They might be in different order. So you might have the numbers here in this side and the names here. It doesn't matter. It's all the same, okay? So you can have them in both ways. So here they're going to ask about basketball, or they asked about basketball, jump rope, soccer, and tag. Let's continue. Here you have the numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3 to 9. And the lines next to each name shows
data about different games. These are the games. The numbers at the bottom of the graph stand for the number of children playing games. To read a bar graph, follow the line from the end of each bar down to the numbers at the bottom. This will tell you how many children are playing each game. Let's try it. Find the bar for basketball. Follow the line from the end of the bar down to the numbers.
Where is it? Here. Before she says it, who can answer me? Usama, can you tell me how many children chose basketball?
6, 7.
7. So, how are you going to see it or know it? You are going to follow the line, and it's green. Each line will have a different color, okay? They are not going to be in the same color, all of them. Each line will have a different color. So this one is green, and you go down, you see the number, it is 7. And this is how you can read it. Let's check.
7 children are playing basketball. How many children are playing tag?
Wait, who can answer this? Yes, Elena? Elena? Yeah? How many children were playing tag?
Tag? Let's see. 5.
5, very good. Let's check. Thank you.
You're right. 5 children.
Okay, see here. Where is the tag? Where is the name of the game? Here. You are going to go with the line. Follow my mouse, okay? You're going to go with the line until it stops. It stops here. What number is it? It's 5. So you know the answer. Let's continue.
Children are playing tag. Which game are most of the children playing? You can find out by looking at the lengths of the bars.
Okay.
The bar for soccer is the
Wait.
longest, so the most children are playing soccer.
Most of
Which game are the fewest children playing?
Okay. Wait, who can answer this? Fewest children play it. Which game? Noor, yes. Can you?
Hide and seek or
The fewest, the shortest line shows which game? Basketball, jump rope, or tag?
tag.
Here,
No,
basketball, jump rope, or tag?
basketball.
No. Thank you.
Tag.
Ahmed, which one?
Which one?
The fewest
Which
number
number?
of children are playing which game?
Jump rope.
Basketball. Very good. Jump rope. How do you see it? You can see the shortest line, okay? The shortest line. So the shortest is here and the longest is here. It's very easy to count it, okay? The shortest with four children playing it. The longest with 8 children. Okay, so our answer is going to be the jump rope.
Excellent! Jump rope has the shortest bar, so the fewest children are playing jump rope.
Okay.
Now let's practice with the personal math trainer.
So now we all have an idea about the bar graph and how can we read the data it shows. So we can easily go to our math students book, page 494, and do the exercises there. Okay, ready? Let's go. So your students book, which page? Not this one. 494. Okay. It's this page, okay? Are you all ready with the date on it? What is it? 494. If you're still asking about the number of the page, it's in the chat. Okay? So here, this graph here shows us marbles in a bag. And we have different colors for these marbles. Red, blue, green, purple. You see here? Okay. I forgot to write the date. We should do this the first thing. So it is the 17th today. 17th of April 2020. 2020. Okay. Here, this bar graph shows us marbles in a bag. They have different colors, if you can see. Follow with my mouse, okay? Red, blue, green, purple. And here in this side we have number of marbles. Number of marbles from 0 to 7. Okay. Let's read the questions and answer them after looking at the bar graph, okay? Time. Or who didn't answer today? Not time. Miqdam. How many green marbles are in the bag?
4.
4. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miqdam. Who else? Yusuf.
Okay.
How many more blue marbles than purple marbles are in the bag? First, to know the answer, you need to know how many blue, how many purple. How many blue?
3 purple and 6 blue.
6. So it's 6 blue marbles minus how many purple? Minus 3. Equals what? 6 minus 3, Yusuf. Good job, Maqdam. Yes. 6 minus 3, Yusuf, hurry up.
3.
3. So 3 more blue marbles. This is how you can solve it. You have a problem? You're going to do it in 2 ways, either with subtraction fact, so you can write 6 minus 3, that equals 3, or follow the mouse, okay? You can go and here, the same line, okay? Go to the same line and start counting after the 3. So 1, very happy. 1, 2, 3. And then you can guess the answer. Okay, yes, time. How many marbles are in the bag?
What?
How many marbles are in the bag?
In the bag.
How many? All the colors, okay? How many marbles in all? How are you going to count it, time? How many red? Tell me, how many red marbles are there?
2.
How many blue?
6.
6. How many green marbles are there?
4.
Okay, how many purple?
3.
Okay, 3. So, we write down the numbers of each color of the marbles and then we count them. Okay, time. It's your job then. 2 plus 6?
15. 2 and 6, 8.
2 plus 6, 8 plus 4?
Plus 4, 12.
Plus 4, 12. Plus 3?
15.
Okay, so it's 15. So 15 marbles in all. Wait, no, okay. Okay, so the answer is 15. Okay. Have you all written the answers?